Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're going to take a quick look at Paribus, and just before we do, we usually look at Bitcoin, but I can summarize in the sense that it's just testing 66,000 right now. It may dip down to 65 and bounce to the upside. That's my speculation, but it's in good shape right now. It did increase pretty significantly over the last trading day. We've seen an upwards of about 4 or 5% increase, which is awesome. So Bitcoin's in good shape, and a lot of other altcoins are going to start coming to fruition here in the next couple of days. So we can expect some pretty significant pumps in this week here, is my guess, especially if Bitcoin can break 67,000, its all-time high. Now, if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me here, of course. Not a financial advisor, but I've been trading for over 15 years. My goal is to help you become a better trader. So if you want to join my trading community, it'd be absolutely awesome. I'd love to get to know you better. I do have a one-on-one basis with all of my members, and it's just a really cool experience. I also send out signals through Coinstats, which is an automated trading system that allows for you to one-click follow all of my trades. So it's a really cool situation. Check that out in your own time. Now, with Paribus, let's take a look here. I've drawn up some of the stuff here because this was a request from one of my new members, Brian. Thank you for requesting I cover this here. And I just drew up some quick lines here based on Fibonacci retracement, and we'll definitely take a look at that, right? So generally speaking, what we're looking at here, of course, is a couple of things. So we've got a support channel here, right in between 2.4 and 2.7 cents, okay? That's basically the lower Fibonacci retracement lines. We've also got the upper section where we got the all-time high and the essentially the 4-hour close. So we're looking at about 4 cents, upwards of 4.3 or 4.2 there. Okay, so the price is kind of right in between here. But the thing I want to just kind of point out is the fact that the most recent trend here that we see, it's almost identical to the previous. In other words, let me show you what I mean by that. We've got this increase here and a decrease there, right? This increase here and decrease there. So it's following the same exact Fibonacci retracement lines. In other words, it jumps up really high, comes down to the lowest Fibonacci retracement line, like 0.223. So when it does that, it's creating this cycle, and it's likely to either break to the upside or downside, right? Now, my speculation is we'll see a break to the upside based on the simple fact that we have 4-hour on the 4-hour chart. You can see here that we're making higher highs and higher lows, right? So this is just say a low here. That's a high, low, high, low, high, and of course a major high here. Right? But generally speaking, the next low, this low right here, is still higher than the previous low, right? So you can still see they're all continuing upwards. So that continuation there to me is the most important. So as long as we don't start making lower lows and lower highs, I think we're going to be in really good shape here for this. So I might recommend, setting your stop loss or setting your stop target below this channel here, because once it gets too low, in other words, if it gets anywhere below 0.019, basically 1.9 cents, then we're making lower lows, and that's going to be a problem, right? So again, this is okay to have this kind of cycle here essentially, but we need to see some kind of hopefully continuation to the upside. So my guess here is that the price will continue to increase and just keep testing these levels and kind of continue upwards like that. And the main reason why is because it has a history of shooting up 25%, coming down, 75%, up 25, down 75. So it's making a pretty significant try. It keeps pushing, but it keeps getting rejected out. And I think the fact that Bitcoin is actually starting to emerge essentially and starting to come up there, once we break that resistance of 66,000, say we get the one-day candlestick to close above 66, then I think coins like this are going to start to keep etching up. I don't think it's going to explode and take off, but I do think it's going to slowly start making its way back up to its all-time high. And if we can break that all-time high, just say the one-day candlestick can close above 4.2 cents, we're going to be in phenomenal shape for PBX to continue to take off to the upside. That's when we start adding to our position, keep looking at new Fibonacci retracement lines, and it's going to be the next Solana, at least in the sense of how it's performing, right? So just something to think about. Now, big picture, what we want to do is let's just take a quick look at some of the traditional indicators and kind of just call it a day here. RSI is up over 70, over 50, under 70 on the one-day chart. That's awesome. We like to see that. Same thing with the 4-hour. If I'm not mistaken, we are right at 50. Okay, now I would normally be concerned with this, right? Normally be concerned with the price under 50 on the RSI on the 4-hour chart. However, the fact that this major support level here on Fibonacci retracement at 2.7 is holding very strong, that reaffirms my suspicion that the price will probably continue upwards. I don't think we're going to see it break to the downside based on that sentiment. Even though we do have a bearish potential divergence right here, this line could just kind of bounce right off of it and keep going up. There's a strong chance of that. Again, it kind of depends on how Bitcoin's going to do, right? Because Bitcoin is doing what Bitcoin does. In other words, it's consolidating right at support. And if we get a break to the upside, we're going to be in good shape. Again, my speculation, we'll see something like this and then to the upside, just to kind of complete that reverse head and shoulders pattern we've been seeing. But simply put, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. And all in all, Bitcoin's in very good shape. So that tells me that coins like this are going to start to progress upwards, regardless of the fact that we are, again, under the four hour MACD, or correction, the 50-day SMA on the 4 hour. Another thing to note too, because I care more so about the 200 than the 4 hour, or than the 50. If we look at this, we can see the 200-day simple moving average works much better as a support level. So that's kind of reaffirming the fact that we shouldn't see lower lows, right? So again, a handful of little factors that kind of swinging in here. I think Paribus has more potential to the upside than it does to the downside, but don't be concerned if you see the price kind of consolidating in this support channel here of 2.36. Sorry, that's the Fibonacci retracement line. 2.4 cents, upwards of about 2.8 cents. That isn't cause for concern. Cause for concern is when the price comes down below 1.9 cents. And I know if you have a big bag, it's going to be probably pretty concerning to see that happen. But until we get there, we don't know. I'm just fairly confident that we're going to see higher highs and higher lows continuously, but it may not be today, if that makes sense, right? One last thing, just go ahead and summarize with prediction, of course. It's taken roughly 2 weeks for this amount of progress for Paribus or PBX. So my guess would be 2 to 4 weeks from now. Better case scenario, we're looking at 7.2 cents as a possibility, okay? I think it's more likely to see that than we are sub 1.9 cents, just based on its history and how well it's performing in the sense of making higher highs and higher lows still, right? So it's just that consolidation phase. Don't be concerned. This is a consolidation phase based on how high it went up there. That has to happen, right? If it doesn't consolidate like this, it would even fall even further. And the fact that it's reaffirming itself, right, this support level, this support channel, is giving me cause for hope, not concern, because the previous high is now the support level, and it's reaffirming itself as a stronger support because of it, right? So those are all good things. Paribus has some pretty good stuff here, so I think we're going to see a break to the upside soon, and it would be definitely worthwhile to kind of pay close attention to this guy. So what I might do is I'll set an alert at 2.4. Let's do 2.5. Just so I can get kind of in the know if it kind of dips down a little bit and take a closer look again. But I don't think it's going to go much lower than where it's at right now. All right, so hopefully you found benefit. If so, great, like and subscribe. Thank you so much again, Brian, for requesting that I cover this here. I do appreciate all my patrons, especially the newer ones, of course, because you have a vote of confidence in joining my community. I really greatly appreciate that. Hopefully we'll continue to profit together. Thank you so much for all your time. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you next one. Take care.